Why Rkheion? The name is based off of the Greek word Rkheion, which refers to the home of the Archon, in which important official state documents were filed and interpreted under the authority of the Archon. The Greek Rkheion is also where the present-day word archive is derived from. Well, now you know all there is to it. So let's get started. I guess you would like to delve a bit deeper into the software and see how it will help you transition into a paperless environment. First, you log into the system with your credentials. Hey, that was easy. Why did we even show that? Well, just so you know, a lot of things are going on behind the scenes. Our software resides on the cloud, that big, huge cyberspace above us. Obviously, we're concerned about security and privacy. All of you have heard of Amazon, right? And you trust them to do a lot of online purchases with your credit card. Did you know that Amazon offers cloud computing too? Some of the biggest corporations utilize Amazon's AWS service for their computing needs. Our cloud implementation on AWS takes advantage of these highest standards in security and privacy. When it comes to our software, we add on two-factor authentication, your username password combined with your device ID to make it extra secure. If you want, we can even incorporate the network ID of your center into our software so that no one outside your network can gain access. Enough said. Let's move on. After you log on with your credentials, the first page you're going to see is the Search Patient Database page. Here, you can search for patient records that have already been created at your center. As you can see, you can search by various attributes of the patient record. Do note that the patient ID is a unique number generated by the software when a record is first created. But before using the search feature, let's create a new patient record. The first section consists of 3 tabs, which you can see on top. These are patient information, consent, and signatures. In the patient information, you enter demographic data of the patient and information on the representatives accompanying the patient at the center. All mandatory fields are marked with a red asterisk. Let's begin. As soon as the date of birth is entered, the system automatically calculates the age of the patient on that date and records it in the system. Here, you select one of the races from the list. If you select Other, an additional field opens up where you mention the race. The center number is applicable for entities operating multiple centers. Since they're all using the same database, you need to assign a center number where the patient is being examined. Please note that the date and time of the visit is automatically recorded when a new patient is created. We move on to the SAFE and WOAR representatives who have accompanied the patient and, at the time of the incident, reported it. Depending on your state requirements, this may change. Now, we save the data before moving to the next tab. Seems like we've skipped some mandatory field. Here we are. We now move on to the Consent tab. Again, the consent form shown here was designed around the requirements in the Philadelphia area and may require changes for your center. DataCore will be happy to sit down with you and customize the application to your specific requirements. The idea, of course, is not to change the entire flow, rather to modify, add, or delete certain data elements to meet the legal requirements of your location. First are the authorizations. If the patient is a minor, the guardian or legal representative has to authorize the evaluation. The age of the patient, as determined in the first page, will mandate this entry. Next comes consent to release the information and the privacy statement, as required by HIPAA. For minor patients, all of the text boxes have to be appropriately filled. Otherwise, the software will not let you proceed. We now move to the Signatures tab. This is where we record the signatures of the patient and the witness, typically the representative accompanying the patient. Since we've already captured the consents, the signatures authorize all consents across the board. Unless we have all of these, the evaluation cannot proceed, and no further data can be entered into the system. If you're using the web version of the software on your desktop or laptop, we suggest using a signature pad to capture the signatures. If that is not possible, we can collect the signatures on a pre-printed form and scan it in the patient record. We will come to that feature later. However, if you're using the mobile version on any tablet, be it Android, Windows, or iPad, you can capture the signature on the device itself. Neat, right? This completes the initial patient record. We now proceed with the details of the case and the forensic examination data. This segment consists of 14 tabs along the top. While some tabs do have mandatory fields that have to be completed for a patient record, it is not necessary that all of the tabs are relevant to any specific case. The examiner can move between the various tabs and fill out only relevant information. As mentioned before, DataCore will be happy to sit down with you and customize the application to your specific requirements. This would include setting up of mandatory as well as specific data validity requirements. Since it will be quite a tedious task to walk through all of these screens, let us just focus on the most important ones, while keeping an eye out for the various features provided by the software. Remember, you can always sign up at our booth or online at www.rkheion.com for a free 30-day trial to look at the software at your convenience. The first tab is History. Here, we take notes on the past medical history and known conditions of the patient. A recent sexual history and neurological conditions are also recorded along with the vital signs. The Assailant tab has information on the assailant or assailants and coercion. Information on at least one assailant is required for a patient chart. Next, details of the assault, including time, location, and other relevant details, are entered. The Body M tab presents a matrix or table to enter specific details regarding injuries to various body parts of the patient. You can check any box and also enter notes about the injury. However, notes are optional and can be skipped. Any cell which has a note has a green border as opposed to no border around a checkbox without comments. Once you save the information on this page, all of your notes are listed at the bottom of the page. This allows the examiner and all subsequent reviewers to quickly browse through the injuries of the patient. The Female M and Male M tabs list details of specific injuries applicable to females or males only. These two screens have pictures of the entire body and specific body parts respectively, which can be easily annotated. To annotate any area of the figure, click on that area. A blue circle with a number will appear. The number is just a sequence of annotation. Here too, you can add notes to each circle by clicking on it or choose to leave out the notes. When you add a note, the color of the circle changes to green. All circles and associated notes are displayed at the bottom of the page. The female P and male P tabs, similarly, allow you to annotate specific injuries applicable to females or males only. This tab describes the treatment protocol administered to the patient. This includes specific medications and tests. When a particular option is chosen and the Done box is checked, an automatic timestamp is recorded along with the name of the person currently logged on. Any other person administering separate treatment protocols on the same patient is expected to log on to the chart and record the same. This feature provides a tracking history on the treatment protocol. The evidence page provides a list of evidence collected in the case. When using a tablet device, you can take and upload a picture directly on the tablet. In case of the desktop version, you can upload pictures from a camera or from a storage device. Additional documentary evidence, in paper form, can easily be scanned and uploaded in this page. All uploaded photos and documents can be easily identified from the thumbnail photo and a brief description. This feature can also be used to scan in a signature page if, for any reason, a signature pad or tablet device is unavailable. The custody page establishes the chain of custody for all evidence collected during the examination. The signature feature works in the same way as described before. An automated date and timestamp is recorded when this page is saved. This completes the patient chart. You can now create a PDF version of the chart for taking a printout or further distribution. Rkheion, delivering IT from Data Core Systems.